Hi, what's good, guys? It's your boy Ultimate Abba, and I just wanted to say that Oda is a crazy man. This guy is crazy, like insane. I'm telling you. So I just read chapter 1044, 1045, right? And from 1043 to 1044 to 1045, the discourse in the community has been so different. Like it's just been like we had, oh, destiny, fate, all this being the main topic after 1043. By 1044, no one's talking about. Even though 1043 we had everybody talking about the Rising 2, everybody talking about might be this food, it might be that one. It was like, okay, cool, whatever. To 1044, what are we talking about? 1044, we're talking about just how crazy it is to the point that we're really here, the sun god Nika, everything, and just talking about like, this is the perfect scenario. You know what I mean? And most people loved it. To now 1045, which is controversial because we've seen more of the abilities, and we have people who love it and we have people who hate it. And that's fine, that's completely fine. Because it's unique, and I personally love it. See, what I really like about it is it's so goofy. Like, I get why a lot of people don't like it, because a lot of people, the thing that's missing to them is the seriousness, right? And I get that, and that is very important for a fight, for sure. But personally, for me, this fight has been amazing. Like, every aspect of this fight has been amazing. Every L that Luffy's taken throughout this fight has been amazing. To the point where if Luffy won right now, I would have no problem. If Luffy loses right now, I would have no problem either way. But it feels like he's on that level, especially when you take in that Luffy has been on this level for a minute. Because think about it. When he got advanced armament, it felt like, okay, this puts him a step above, right? Where it was like, oh yeah, he has a chance. Now at the time, if you look at between chapter 1000 to 1010, a lot of people at that time, it was like, oh, who's stronger, Luffy or Zoro? Luffy or Zoro? Because Luffy hadn't distinguished himself to be like at that next level, right? Yet, but it was like, he's up there, like he's able to do something, but not enough. But then when he got advanced Conqueror's Haku, you see him splitting the skies where it's like, oh, he's officially Yonko level, right? Some people still don't like that though, but now he's officially Yonko level, and him and Kaido are still fighting, and yet he still takes the L in this round, right? He still like fell down to the sea. I thought that was perfect personally. So when we get to later, like Luffy comes back again, and he takes another L, but this one is what leads to his awakening. To me, it makes perfect sense because he's been fighting a lot on this rooftop, but he's been taking a lot of L's also. So I feel like it's been perfect. And so when we see the goofiness of it and all that, to me personally, the seriousness has not, like, the tension has been there for the most part. Now, right now, to a lot of people, I feel what they would be saying, like, it feels like right now because it's so, like, goofy, I guess. Now, I still say it's goofy, right? But, like, in a good way. But to them, because it's so goofy, it's like, oh, Luffy's gonna win. And it's like, if anything, this fight's not being taken serious. But I see the complete other way. Yeah, Luffy is being goofy right now, and I love it. Because creativity-wise, it's amazing to look at, right? But this fight feels serious, and I feel like 1045 was the part where Oda put in that final, like, piece, to me at least, to make this, like, perfect pretty much no matter what, right? Because we see Luffy get out of this mode for a quick second, and we see now that, like, it obviously has huge dropbacks on him. Because it's like, oh, he's conscious of, like, his heartbeat, like, you know what I mean? Like, just being stopped right now or being different, or just there's something off with him. To the point where when he stops for a sec, not only does he look drained, this guy looks like he's about to die. Like, it's just crazy, right? So we know no matter what, even if Luffy wins, he's gonna be out of it, like, for real. For like, I get even in Dressrosa, like, we have him being out for like some time, all this, but after this fight, he will be out, like, for a good minute. And so I feel like that's an element of it that really adds for myself speaking. And then another element is even just the way Kaido is still talking. Like, in my opinion, Kaido is still confident. Kaido still thinks like he can win this, he will win this. And I feel like that's a really good place to be in, especially because, let's say, for the people who might want Luffy to lose this, there's still enough time. Like, we can assume that Kaido's an awakened zone, but we haven't gotten official Kaido awakened zone moments, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, this is him using his awakening. So there's still more to get into for Kaido. Now, I get some people are gonna be like, oh, so you're telling me he hasn't been going 100% this whole time? Honestly, no, he probably hasn't, if we're being honest, because Kaido is someone who lost into that fight, right? And see, that's the thing. To a lot of people, like a lot of people will have a problem with like if Luffy wins this because they say, oh, now you just reached like this next level. Does it make sense? Does it not? I'm looking at it like, if anything, before the CP0 member came in and intervened, they were in a clash where it was like, okay, winner could take this one. Similar, supposed to have similarities to Oden and Kaido. Now, see, in the case of Oden and Kaido, I believe it. If Oden had hit Kaido, Oden would have won. But in the case of Luffy, I personally thought Luffy's most likely gonna lose this because he still felt drained and still felt like Kaido had a lot more to go, right? But Kaido still felt robbed of it because in his head right there, he could have taken a W. Whereas after versus Oden, what bothered him is he really feels like he could have took an L and he got saved. But in this scenario, it's like he got robbed of a W, kind of, you know? Still the same type of feeling, but like it's kind of different, you know what I mean? Just different enough. So to me, now that you have Luffy like getting this low up, I'm not gonna say low up, but like getting him this advantage, I feel like this is like the perfect moment, everything to make it that like if Luffy wins right now, yeah, it's solid. But at the same time, Luffy might lose because we don't know how much stamina he has left, and we don't know how much Kaido has left. And even if Kaido still has a lot left, like not stamina wise, but ability wise, it would not feel like it came out of nowhere or nothing because it feels like he still could, right? And if anything, if Kaido has a little more to go, it just makes the Yonkos as a whole, as a unity, just seem on a much bigger level. Especially like, because I'm gonna be honest, to me, Big Mom, it was a slightly disappointed. Like, see, she didn't get like knocked out or anything, but she got removed from the battle. So I could understand it. We didn't have to see like 100% of her, right? But she's also kind of incompetent sometimes, and that's annoying to see. But versus with Kaido, he's been very competent. I've loved to see it personally. So to me, I've had no problem with this. If anything, the fact that his Devil Fruit is so unique and so goofy but so right to Luffy is the perfect scenario for me. I love it, to be honest with you. I'm just curious as to like what more are we really gonna see, because that's where it could really like expand and just be great. Like, yeah, I 100% do understand why people would have problems with Luffy having like 2 and 4s, like, or I forget exactly how they call it, but those type of powers. But at the same time, I feel like that does make it a lot more fun, a lot more ranged, and just like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get why people would say that, but at the same time, I was reading 1045 and I was dying laughing. And I feel like, to be honest, this has been a great thing because I have one of my friends who's only watching the anime and he even heard about this. But even being spoiled on this, it didn't seem like he was upset about it. It seemed like he was just hyped about it. Like, I see him talking about like, oh, he's watching these videos, and I'm like, I was surprised because I know I watch these videos because I'm caught up to the manga, but the fact that someone who's not is still like, let me go and watch these videos, lets you know how good of the content really was. So I just think that this is like a beautiful thing and a beautiful moment to be a part of. And if anything, if you just look at from 1043 to 1044, how some of the discourse changed, I feel like if anything, we should wait it out. And I get people will be like, oh, well, how long do you have to wait out before you can have your opinion? And I 100% agree with that. If you want to say your opinion as to now, go ahead, right? But for me personally, I've loved it. And even like this, if there's like something where I'm like hesitant on it here, literally by then the next chapter or like by a few chapters later, it's always pretty much resolved. So it's like, I guess if you have negative opinions on it, that's cool. If you have positive opinions on it, it's cool. Obviously, first off, everybody respect each other's opinion, cool. But positive or negative, I say everybody just let the battles and everything play out a little more, because that could really just change how we perceive like a lot of things. Like, I could love it now and then hate it in a few chapters. I doubt it very much, but it could happen. So definitely like gotta wait on it. But it's very, very promising. Thank you guys.